Today, we start the transition. We start our attempt to build club for the next season, and we're going to try and go through the summer transfer window and make sure the signings we're bringing in are really good, and the money ball effect is what I'm looking to do. We've already got one signing we can bring in that is signing as it is, but did he do okay in the longer term? And what other areas do we need to improve upon? First things first, though, I'm actually going to go over Bryce Martinez, the guy that we signed in the summer transfer window, and he's been on loan at his team in Spain, and you've got an issue. He doesn't like big matches. He dreads them, in fact. He's also only a good player for the third tier, so he might have gone down in ability while he's been on loan. But he has potential to be a leading Bundesliga player. However, if I look at the transfer value, 600,000 to 1.2 million pounds in regards to what we're looking for, it could be great. It's just the same that Racing de Ferrell was not great for his development, and I think they got relegated. Yeah, they got relegated. So, not ideal to say the least, but we got a few things we can work on, and I like to think that potentially we can bring some people in. That being said, I have to look at the team and ask, who is going to be my first team players next season, and who's actually considered a leading player? And I got to figure out who's going to be considered good enough to be in the Bundesliga next year, because there's a few players on my team that considered to be decent Bundesliga players. So Fernandez got 14 clean sheets last year. He was productive to say the least, and I like to think he was good. He did do alright. He is considered a decent Bundesliga player, but I do acknowledge that maybe we need to be concerned about replacing him in the longer term. Matteo Raab, a player that we had, is 25. I don't think I can justifiably say he's going to be good enough for the longer term, and he was also pretty bad. So he's not a player I want as a backup, if I'm completely honest with you, and I'd be more than happy to let him go. But again, decent player, only considered to be a leading Bundesliga 2 player or vice Bundesliga player in the future. He's not going to be someone we keep around. But I look at the players we have now, and Halu is a player that we will look to keep around for the first team. Now, admittedly, he didn't get a goal this season in any situation, but I feel like the opportunity is good. He was pretty good with the possession loss, so he didn't lose it that much at all. That being said, he didn't get the possession back a lot of times because we didn't need to, but the progressive passing he was good with, and the pass completed was really good. So the fact we got a lot of people is productive. Yes, he doesn't dribble a lot, despite the fact he likes to bring the ball at the defense, because we pass the ball a lot. If you look at how low some of the areas are for the expected assists, penalties, and all that stuff, he was good. But if you look at this, he wasn't really productive in a lot of these areas because we didn't need him to be, which is saying a lot about how much we can say is good, but he's also considered to be a decent Bundesliga player. So, professional personality, consistent, likes big matches, which is a thing I'm noticing we have a lot of in this team. That being said, Ramos is a player that I thought would be really good for the team, would be productive. He actually was a lot better in some areas than the guy we just looked at, but in the mind of my backroom staff, he's considered to be a leading vice Bundesliga player, not a Bundesliga player. So we could potentially look at him and say, well, could we replace him? But he's also 6'3". We could do better. But we also got the likes of Miro Mohim, who we did give a good contract to at one point this season. He had a 7.03 average rating. If you look at the fullback stats, he gets full whenever possible, likes to shoot from distance, shoots for power, curls the ball, tries to play his way out of trouble. He was actually productive in how often he won the possession, but he also lost the ball quite a bit as well. But he also provided expected assists as well. Shots were really high for a left back. He won the headers quite a few times. They did okay other places. And progressive passes, dribbling, really good. But we also realised he could be better. And he's also a second-tier player, a lean second-tier player. So do I look at him and say, we get with him out of the team? I say for now, yes. But then we got Jonas, who we also gave a new contract. He's actually got a new contract. We just gave him one recently, back in April. So 2 months ago now. Has released clause of £5 million to teams in the Champions League. So if I get that, I'll be happy. He's considered to be a decent Bundesliga player who's also consistent and likes big matches. A lot of players in this team like big matches. But as a defensive midfielder, really, really good. Possession lost he didn't lose a lot either. Progressive passes again, really useful. Doesn't dribble the ball, but he's also a deep line playmaker, so it makes sense. He also wins the header a lot. Despite everything, even if his average rating is only at 6.96, I don't think it's terrible to say the least that he could be productive. So he's still in the team. Unsurprisingly, Ludwig Reis is probably the better player we have. I am going to say, let's go defensive side of things, and you realize maybe not as good in some areas with how much he loses possession and wins possession, but then we go to the attacking side, and you realize he might be better. A box-to-box midfielder, so a player that is quite good going forward, maybe not amazing defensively, but he's also a perfectionist and is probably our best player, considered to be a good Bundesliga player, likes big matches, is consistent, so really good, and is very determined, works hard. So we have a lot of reasons to like this guy, and the fact that Barcelona have a set-on clause for him is interesting, despite the fact they bought him for free. The fact they signed him for £3.1 million is interesting. But either way, Barcelona have a clause that we could potentially have to worry about if we decide to sell him, but quite frankly, he's one of the few players that, as far as I'm concerned right now, is a no-go for selling. Laszlo Benez also got a new contract, being paid 20 grand a week. Signed that contract back in 2023 in December. That release clause is only for clubs in the high division, so that's no longer valid. So we could potentially make it so 5.2 to 6.4 million pounds is a thing. 1.7 million we signed him for back in the day. His 8 goals and 6 assists were really good this year. And if I look at him, and again, I go for the attacking midfielder side of things, looks good. Possession loss doesn't lose a lot, but then you got these attributes as well, all these stats, and you can say, yeah, it was pretty good. Defensively, also quite high for this. So we're looking in this, and decent player for the Bundesliga, consistent. It's good. It's really good to have someone of this quality here. And also we look at the creativity in the midfield and realize how highly he's regarded. This is what we also should look in and say, okay, this guy's really good. Let's keep this up going forward. Jatta is a player that I can say is good, really productive. I can't really say how good it could be otherwise, but he is a decent player for the Bundesliga, has good pace, so that's something to be consistent and happy about. He's also consistent. Could be better. He is 25, but is he going to be someone that we can say longer term is amazing? Maybe not, but he's probably our best attacking midfielder or best winger right now. Yes, his shots on target is not particularly great, but he also did okay. 6 goals, 11 assists, so someone we can probably say will be good for the team. And his work rate is also quite good, so he works hard for the team, and that's good. Emmanuel Perai is a player that I wasn't really sure what to make of at first, but he can play as a centre midfielder, can play as a winger. I actually definitely play him more as a winger towards the end of the season, and he started my team, so I feel like while he's a leading vice Bundesliga player, he could definitely become a good Bundesliga player in the future. Relishes big matches, consistent. He's definitely someone we can work around, and given he's 23, I can build a team around him. Yes, he does have a low fee right now, but I think we can definitely do better with him. And either way, when we get promoted and it officially kicks in, we're going to see the ratings go up a little bit as well anyway, so we should be okay. Glassel, unsurprisingly, definitely keeping him this year, given that he got 37 league goals in 34 league games is ridiculous. The average rating is outstanding. Yes, there are some things to improve, but Bundesliga player, likes big matches, is consistent. It makes sense that we're going to keep him around, but everyone else probably is sellable or someone we can replace. So we need to look into this. We do have 3 players going out to their parent club. This guy is going back to Russia at the end of his loan spell in 6 months' time, or at least in a month's time. We've also got this guy going back to his club in France, Lens. We could sign him for 1.3 million, but I don't really feel like I want to. If I'm completely honest with you, I just didn't really use him that much. And I just don't think he is a good backup for what we're going to be looking for in the future. He could only become a decent player as well, so it's not great. Van der Brent was a player that could be better, but didn't really shine as much as I want to admit. He's a good progressor in the fullback position, and don't get me wrong, I really like what he was doing. The progressive pass was really good, but he also went missing a lot. And also, I can't really sign him. Red Bull Salzburg apparently want to use him or something like that, if I recall correctly. Let's double check this. Yeah, they want to test in another location. So unless we buy him, which I'm not going to do for 4 million, I don't think we can utilize this guy next year. So we got Asta as it is anyway coming back, so it makes sense to look on and go elsewhere. That being said, Simon Asta signing for 1.1 million up front and then an extra 1 million down the line or something like that. He is already looking good. I look at his stats here for a fullback. Dribbling, good. Progressive passes, not so great. Same with the passing, possession loss. But possession 1 was good. He wins the tackles, pressure attempted, but this is also a completely different style of play, and he also fell out of favour in the latter stage of the season. He's also an overlapper, so he will always look to sprint forward and sending crosses, which is good for Glatzel if he decides, I want to cross in early. He also matches the two things we're looking to get, some German players and players based in Germany, so I can do that. He works hard, though, and he has decent pace, so the work rate, as far as I'm concerned, makes him very invaluable. And despite everything, we'd still be our starting right back as things stand. That being said, I'm already looking at other players we could bring in. I've also asked my director of football for some suggestions. These players, end of contract. Yes, that is a lot of people, and there's some people you probably recognise. These players are people we can sign from other clubs. Now, admittedly, some players are looking like we can do good things. Finn Becker, for example, is a player that I think could be good in the future. He also didn't start for Hoffenheim, so we could look at that. But do I want to sign him? If I was to sign him, it'd be a Mazzala, nothing else. I don't feel like I want to use him as a playmaker, despite the fact he could do it. But if we look at this, attacking-wise, possession 1 is good, passing play is good. He's playing for a Hoffenheim side that finished in 7th last year. And I believe in the Conference League, yes. I don't know how the coefficient thing works, but we can definitely look at that. And given that he's available, it makes a good sign from this point of view. But whether or not I want to pay £2.8 million that they may be looking for, I don't know. I'm going to just get in the scout anyway. We also got Patrick Osterhage, who is wanted by teams. Schalke, ourselves, Stuttgart. So, admittedly, the price value is going to be a bit too much for my liking, but we're going to look elsewhere regardless. And if I could say here and now that I think the problem also is going to be, I think he's a balling midfielder. So I don't know if I can justify bringing that value in, you know. But then he got Fabian Wies, who is a player that is being brought to my attention. Now, he's also got a release clause. He did, last I checked. So this report that we have of the 6.5 million release pounds is a thing. But he's also transfer listed because they don't want his service anymore. So no doubt they want to sell him for profit to try and get some funds in. Right now, probably too much money. And I don't think we can justify bringing the guy in right now. So I got to be smart with the money we have. And the fact that we got Elias Sad as a player that's been brought to our attention as well is ironic. But I don't think I can justify bringing a player from St. Pauli because they'll probably try to overcharge me. And they probably wouldn't want to sell him to us in the first place. Even if potentially he's unsettled. He's got a good personality, don't get me wrong. And I think could be really productive in the wings. But I don't think I can justify doing this. But then I look at the players that apparently are listed or have got our attention here. And some people that we could say, it's not really great. Most because the reports come back. But most of the people that we can say, they could be good, are people that are already at the club or elsewhere. So I got to look at this and go, well, can I bring people in that makes sense? That being said, we've also got recruitment focuses. I'm not doing these. I'm actually letting my backroom staff do these. Because I genuinely think it'd be interesting. Now, admittedly, some of these are not going to be looking to sign for me regardless, but it's interesting either way that we have the opportunity to say these people on our list. But this is definitely a player that we're looking at, but I think he'll need to be bought, not loaned. It seems like they're not willing to discuss the idea of a loan bid, most because when I did this, they said, he's got first-in commitments. So we need to actually sign him outright, wouldn't we? That being said, if I was to look at the wage and transfers, I could adjust this to get a few million to our list, but I also need to be careful what I do with that. So let's go forward and see what we can do. He also, this is our captain. It's looking like he wants to get a new contract. How do I go about this? Let's see what the agent wants. Oh my God, no. No, we're not giving you 32 grand. Absolutely not. We're not tripling your wages. Good Lord. They want me to do it as well. That's stupid. No, I'm not doing that. He's 29. So I've actually approached the agent of young Uel, and I I thought to myself, well, let's see how much they've won him. And let's see how much into 1 per sec. And the fact that the wages is actually between 19.75 to 22.5 is actually interesting. I'm going to try and see if I can get the price down. But the pay one's long contract and release clause. I like those release clauses, by the way. I really do. Can I get the demands lower, though? Yes! Yes, I can. Okay, I'm going to do this. This is interesting. I'm going to ask Inter, can I get 1 million? They want a bit more money. I think I can, if I get that release clause in and we can do better, that's going to be good. I don't want to have to pay a lot of money, mind you. I also don't want to spend most of my budget on the guy either. So I'm actually going to do that and that. This is not going to go work, is it? And lower that to 20%. All right, we're going to wait a bit before going about it. But this is why I actually went to that particular thing and decided to go for him. Is because this came up. And if he's interested in going is a good sign. So I thought, why not? We might have to wait a little bit until we get the new transfer, but at least a new league season. But that's beside the point. Okay, we've got our new chief scout coming in. This is what I wanted to do, and I have been waiting to do this for a bit. So let's get this guy in now. Okay, so the reason I wanted to sign Malta is because he is really good. He's at adaptability. His ability to judge players' ability and potential is top notch. So as far as I'm concerned, it makes sense to bring the guy in. I also haven't realized he used to work for Barcelona and Real Madrid and the Aspire Academy. So that's interesting. So that's a quite good number of clubs he's got under his resume. So fair enough. We got this Spaniard work as a chief scout now. I think he's quite good. So hopefully he can get some really good players. Okay, we've just been hit by a tax bill, which I'm not surprised about. We've also just got a commercial summary, and it looks like we've got a bit of money coming in as well, so that's good. £10 million, it looks like, for the sponsorship. We are changing the ticket prices as well, so that's gone up by £5 per, and it looks like everything's up by at least 14 to 70%, but the projection yearly earnings is going to go up by 55% apparently, so that's ridiculous. Here's hoping that we can get a lot of money for the club, and I hope, for the fans' sake, we can keep this going. Not the price change. That feels like I don't want to wish that anyone, but I'm hoping we can keep the football up to the standards they want it to be, and we can get them back to the Bundesliga title, the DFB Pokal title, the Super Cup, and the Champions League one day. We've also got a worldwide budget, so let's be honest, I'm not surprised. I'm actually considering making this guy my new defensive midfielder, which may sound crazy considering he's only started 4 times, but I look at these and I think actually this guy could be really useful. That being said, trying to play his way out of trouble might be annoying, but also could be useful because it looks for a pass or dribble against pressure in a defensive position instead of opting to just clear first. That could be interesting. He does have a high percentage here, and he was playing. This is in the Bundesliga, no less, as well, so this could be really useful. Yes, the average rating was not particularly brilliant, but it also, when you only start 3 times, it makes sense that would be low. But he also enjoys big matches and is very consistent. Yes, he's got balanced personality. Yes, he does have a bit of susceptibility to injuries, but he could be someone we could use. And he's also slightly below the asking price of what he should be valued at. So 3 million could be useful. Whether or not I can actually justify bringing him in and actually could get him in, I don't know. But this guy is definitely on my list of people I'm looking to bring in because I think he could be a good bit of competition, especially compared to Jonas, who actually, he might be better than Jonas. Yes, the asking rate is going to be a bit high, and he is extremely interested, but I don't know. If I was to compare the two, and this may come back to bite me as I look to do this now. I look at this, right? So let's go defensive midfielders for both of them. Who has the better stats? And I actually look at this, and generally, I think if you look at possession 1, we're looking at Maya had better stats. Possession lost, it's definitely the other side around. But if you look at some of the areas right here, yes, progressive passes are higher, but you also realize he's played more in Moffett's side of things, and there are some definite highs compared to other things, but I actually think Maya could be a player that we could justify bringing in. Yes, he's also been paid 21.5 grand a week, but 3 million maybe could be justifiable. I don't know. I need to figure this one out. Salzburg, Stuttgart, Hoffenheim, and Anderlecht want him, as well as Cadiz, so maybe it's not outside the world as a possibility. And you also look at comparison of the minutes as well. We're looking at maybe a quarter of the minutes compared to Moffett as well. It could be justifiable. I need to figure this one out, though. Oh my god, how much does this guy want? This is going to be a problem, isn't it? A running theme for me that this is... I don't think I can justify this one. There's no way I could justify this one. He's only a second-tier player. How much would he even want? I might be looking to sell this guy. Discuss. I have the store. I don't want to make any promises. That being said, we now have 8 million in the bank. So at least we're working with something there. We've now got sponsorship income of 13.25 million. Huzzah! Bundesliga's gone down in the rating. In competition reputation, so that's not ideal. And we didn't get an extra slot in Europe, but that's fine. Neither did England. Italy and Spain got it instead. Also, we've now got 14 million in the bank, so we're looking quite good financially, I think, right now. Okay, so the statue remains intact, right? I don't know if that means we're going to do elsewhere. Oh, yeah, my goalkeeping coach, under 19 one's retired, so we're going to give him a look for a new person as well. And my head of youth development's retired. So, this is a thing we need to look into and go from there. I need to get a new head of youth development quickly. And also, they're concerned about the fact that Mafet could be on his way out. Honestly, if I get the fact that we do that, I would be very interested in getting an offer, you know? Okay, new season's arrived. Avoid relegation. Reach the first round. I'll work with that, that's fine. And they want me to do this. So let's look at this now. Where are we expected to finish in the Bundesliga in our first time in this division? I thought it'd be kinder than that, but clearly not. Okay, so we're not really that high regard, but the fact that Wies and Glatz are high up in there is a good sign. I just need to figure out where I want to go from here, don't I? Okay, I'm looking at Ambrosio's and I'm thinking maybe it was a good thing to get rid of him. Did I just really get told? Wow! My backroom staff do not like my player suddenly. What on earth? Okay, so Glatz is a good player for the Bundesliga. Why has everyone else suddenly become so rubbish in the eyes of backroom staff? Jatta? Leading Bundesliga 2 player. These? What on earth has changed? Why is it suddenly that my players have suddenly been told, yeah, you're kind of rubbish? Okay, I don't understand what's happening here, but suddenly I might need to sell half the team. Good lord. Maybe Benez's sell could be good. What on earth has changed? Why does my assistant manager suddenly think all my players are rubbish now? Might be because of the lack of form, I don't know, but that's an interesting position to be in. All right, so these wages have come through and all the price has gone up. That's a big amount. People getting more money suddenly. Okay, so we now only got 50-something thousand to look into money-wise. Okay. And now we've got these wages and, oh my word, some of the price raises now are quite high. I'm looking at some of these wages and I think, actually, maybe I could sell you. I don't want to sell half these players, I'll be honest with you. I'm just so confused as to suddenly why a lot of these players have been told, yeah, by the way, you're not very good anymore by my background stuff. And I'm thinking, really? Guys? Really? Okay, so I've actually decided to look at this and it turns out we're actually quite high in reputation list now, being one of the higher lit teams. So we're not the top half in the Bundesliga or anything, but we are still above 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other teams in the Bundesliga. So that's a good start. We just need to do more than that and go from there. Hopefully, we can be quite high on the list. Yeah, suddenly Glatzer and Wies being the only 2 players that I consider good enough for the team is a bit alarming. But I guess it's not surprising. I had to consider to be the case already. That the Wies is now being paid 28 grand is probably a bit more than I want to admit, but... Food for thought. Food for thought indeed. Okay, we're being linked to this goalkeeper. I don't know who he is. Oh my god, apparently he's really highly regarded. Oh, hello. Let's get a full scout report on you. So I know what I'm looking at. 1 million? And he could be even better than my current goalkeeper? I'll take that. Perfectionist. Loves big matches. Is very consistent. What was his average rating last year? Had 9 clean sheets. I don't have the attributes or the stats I'm looking for goalkeeper. I don't think I'd ever get anyway, but the fact this guy's linked with us and he's worth that little is kind of surprising. Okay, I've just signed Jonathan Pepper from Lincoln City to become our new head of youth development. Okay, so might not be the smartest move I've ever done, but resolute personality, has got a reserve and media-friendly media handling style as well. His attributes are really good, at least what I can tell. And it just feels like a good move to bring this guy in. I'm more amazed he's only got a Content A license, but I think what we can get out of him and personality-wise and players coming through means we could be good. even if he doesn't allow creative freedom, he does not also sit back and protect the lead. So he's ambitious, he's attacking, so that's good. Okay, I just got this report in for the blocking goalkeeper. This is crazy that this actually is a person that only came to my attention because of the fact that we got linked with him. And he's considered much better than everything we have, which in itself is a bit bizarre. I'm going to try and see if we can get this guy to sign for us. We're looking at him. 19,000. Can I get him to lower his wage demands? Yes, I could. Okay, let's look at him. How much is he on right now? 12. Okay. He's literally going to ask for double his wages. What are you doing? Why do you want double? No. I see how much he's worth. Absolutely not. Get that out of there. Come on. Nah, we are going to lower this every single time. Okay? It's 1 million or nothing. I'm going to walk away. I'm not going to do that. I'm refusing to waste my time with that sort of thing. Come on now. Okay, so Glatzel. This is appalling from Fulham. I'm sorry. This is terrible from Fulham. Why would I even agree to this? Even if we get like 12 million after this. This is not what I'm looking for at all. No. I think I'm just going to get more confused by the day. I've continued on, and now we apparently have a few more players that become decent Bundesliga players, but I don't know why. I wish I knew why suddenly Mario has become good enough to be considered a Bundesliga player when he's not played a single game for me so far, but okay. I'm very confused. Well, Jata has now become good enough to be considered a decent Bundesliga player. It feels like the game is confused, and my backwards staff are confused as well, and I don't know why. When Laszlo Benez is also now just considered a good Bundesliga, vice Bundesliga player, yet it's literally the same rating as a good Bundesliga player. You know something's up with the game at this point. Barai is... I'm confused. I'm so confused. Also, players that we had on loan have gone back, and we are now 400 to 1. I think we should be able to survive. Even if the repetition of the league's on down by 1 place. I don't really mind this, honestly. That being said, we have now had players being sold. 2 players so far. Asta is here, and okay, they like him. I don't know what it is about him that they like, but I also appreciate that the players we have now are decent-ish enough anyway, and he actually fits our criteria. And yeah, he fits the homegrown stats as well, so that's good. Jonas David is back as well, as is Ansi, so I am so bizarrely confused by what's going on. I feel like the team is just trying to figure out what it wants to do, and I don't know why, but okay. Okay, so my backroom stuff. Oh my god, I just realized how much he's on. He's on £8,000? Why the hell is he here? Yeah, I'm agreeing with this one. This is actually a good idea to put Marco Jonasson on the transfer list. £8,000. We can use that money. Oh, and Martinez is now back as well. He's actually on the 19th. Oh my god. Okay. Look at the potential he has. He's gonna be good. But then you got Simon Asta, who's now officially here, by the way. Okay, he is pretty much our best right back right now. Jonas David is here as well. Okay, I just asked the agent of Jonas Muffat about potentially finding some bids for him. I wasn't expecting to find potentially a £6.2 million offer from Heidenheim. So that's interesting. I would like to invite them for this. £6.2 million for a player that, yes, is good, but we could potentially find better players. That's a good opportunity. Also gets 20 grand, 22 grand off the table. I would take that any day of the week for 29-year-old, honestly. I'll be honest with you. Especially since, well, I don't know how much they pay for him, but it looks like it's undisclosed, not a big fee. So, yeah, could be a good opportunity. Yeah, they've actually gone ahead and made the offer. £6.5 million for a player that, if you look at his value right now, 5 to 5.4, that makes a lot of sense to me. I'm accepting it. And also free up a lot of wages and bring us some extra funds for the transfer budget. This could be the deal that sets us off the next road. It really could. Udinese have a centre-back that apparently, according to my scouts, I don't really know. He might be a good scout. According to the scout that's recording him, he says he could be our best left back by some distance, and his wage is a low, very low demand. Is that a release clause, or is that just the price they're asking for because he's transfer listed? He's transfer listed. Okay. I can't give you an actual report what he did last year, but that's impressive. They said all these, that's going to be a release transfer clause. We're going to shortlist him for now. I've never done this before. I just realized I could do this. This is crazy that I've never done this, considered this an idea, and now I've got the opportunity to just go about this business. 2.8 million for this guy. This feels like a no-brainer, doesn't it? I've got to make this decision now. This is kind of dependent on a lot of things. I want to see how much he's asking for 21. If we can make that deal, that's great. What? Okay. I'm going to test this out. Okay, I just made a load of offers. I'm looking at some things, and that's a terrifying amount of money they want. Oh my god. Goalkeeper-wise, I'm going to test this out. I also made an offer for Fish. That's been accepted. The wages were just too good to turn down. Apparently, he doesn't want to join, but I'm going to look at this. Sergio Rico is also going to be on trial, so we're going to do this. This could be a problem. Yeah, that's a problem with the wages, isn't it? Okay. How am I going to convince him to do this? I don't really want to smash my wage budget, but he is quite good. Appearance fee. You know what? I'm going to just do a lot of fees. One sec. Yeah, I'm trying to be reasonable with one offering here. Oh, that's actually okay. I didn't think of literally the agent fee was the thing that I need to do more of. Okay, 27,500. Not even my highest wage either, so that's kind of bizarre to me. All right, let's see if this works, and we get the other deal done first. Okay, now we got to look at the goalkeeper. First choice goalkeeper. Apparently, we a star goalkeeper. The fact they don't want that much. Okay, can I go down to 17.25? Yeah, I could negotiate a bit harder than that. Okay, interesting. Sergio Rico. Oh my god, Sergio Rico. Maybe I just make the call to sign Sergio Rico now? If he's considered that much better, is that all the knowledge I need? Yeah, for free transfer, this feels like a no-brainer, doesn't it? Agent. Joaquin? Can I lower your... okay, we'll try and lower the... It's going to be double what the other goalkeeper's going to be wanting. And he's also he's asking for that. Okay, can I lower it to 28,000? That's what I'm going to ask, okay? Because signing one fee is a bit much. I really could have just asked, negotiate a bit more, but okay. We made a call. I don't know if it's going to work or not. This kind of relies on a few transfers going through. It kind of relies on other transfers going through, doesn't it, really? We're also going to be making a bit of money anyway, regardless. So we are going to have to be very patient, I think. If he gets Sergio Rico, does that mean he's my best goalkeeper? Or just my best player outright then? And also, between 16th and 7th, there's about 50-odd, potentially. I think that's 8th place, but we could still make a good bit of money anyway. I mean, we're also one of the lowest in sponsorship incomes, which is actually now after 19 mil. So I think we're doing okay. Season tickets, not a lot, but we're also making 8 million from that. So we are making some good money. I also realize how low the season tickets are in terms of money they bring in. So it's actually not that much compared to other places. Oh, by the way, Jose Mourinho is managing Bayern Munich. I don't think I mentioned this before, but that's a thing that's happening. Daniel Farke is also just taking charge of Frankfurt. But yeah, Mourinho's in charge of Bayern Munich. What you might want to know. Well, Stuttgart trying to loan my player now. No, what is it with people trying to loan Glatzel? Honestly. This, I actually am very excited about because of the fact he's actually getting first team football guaranteed in the Eredivisie, no less. Oh, this is a no-brainer. First team football in the Eredivisie? If they offer that to him, I'm taking this. Hello. Alright. Viskovic is... Oh my god. We've got Will Fish? This... For the deal we're about to get, $2,000 a week is very, very reasonable. Let's see if he's actually good or not. Oh, he's really good. Okay. This might have been a coup. This is an absolute coup to get Will Fish. I'm a bit surprised they're winning this less income here. I'm more surprised they're actually saying, yeah, I want to sign. Did not see that coming. Okay, I'll look at this. And Will Fish is 100% the best player now. 100% the best player we have in this list. Yeah, Will Fish just fits the system perfectly for this team. Oh my goodness. Okay. Will Fish, everyone. From Manchester United on loan. What does that do? Okay, it doesn't really change us at all. But it does help us get a better team, though. Okay, we got under 19s. Oh, Rico's willing to sign. I will say this here and now. I'm going to do this and reject the other guy. Mostly because I think the other guy is going to cost us more money. And it makes sense to get the goalkeeper in now. Let's go first and see if it's actually worth my time. Yeah, Sergio Rico is 100% one of those goalkeepers that will make us better. Okay, so Sergio Rico immediately becomes the best goalkeeper in the team. So the team is starting to form. Something to get better, and we might want to get rid of Maffei at some point as well in the list here. So once we do this, I think this team is going to look very exciting. Will Fish, officially a Bundesliga player outright. Asta, we already signed from last year, but I think can definitely grow into the role. And Sergio Rico feels like a no-brainer to get in. And if we get the bid of 5 million for the guy when we literally got him for free, that's a definite good opportunity here. That being said, I am going to cancel this deal for Ryman. Oh my god, he's willing to do it. He's agreed. Okay, we've got our £6.25 million sale to Heidenheim. This is great. What a move this is for our finances as well. I'm going to tell him, look, I'm really happy. You're welcome back anytime. And he's happy with that. I'll just pay your fee. I don't want to pay this. I don't want to pay your loan fees. Let's do this instead. We got £4 million in the transfer budget now, so we got money to spend, ladies and gentlemen. That sell was super important for my ambition. Why have I found? I've just been recommended Fiat's Korea, and he's been available for 1.3 million because of course he is. Of course he is. Oh my god. This actually makes sense to me to do this. You know, they sold him. They bought him for 9 mil as well. I mean, Man City won because they signed for 4 million, then sold him for 9.5, 2.8 million, and now people are making bids for 1.3 mil. Unbelievable, man. Can I just do this instead? Let's see what happens. I want to see what he's actually willing to pay, because apparently he's going to ask for 24 grand a week, which we can probably agree to, honestly. He's young. Okay. 3.1 mil for that, 1.3 mil for this. There's the more one is the more appealing option for me. He does want me to improve midfield. Can I get rid of that and keep this in? Yeah, okay, cool. I want to see what the win is. So, okay, that's not bad when you think about it this way. I'm going to go for 11,500 and go from there. Yeah, okay. That feels like a good deal for us, personally. And then we got Juventus, Felix Correa, improve the first team and coaching stuff. That's kind of what I was going to do anyway, to be honest with you, but that's not ideal, is it? Okay, let's go down to 28,000. Right at the 200,000. Yeah, 28,000 is the most I'm going to go for contracts, and that says all. Okay, I've just actually convinced a winger to sign for us. Problem is, I actually don't know how good he is compared to our players, so this could come back to bite me, but I'm going to make this decision. He's a free transfer as well, 10 grand a week. Let's see what we can do with it, and if it's actually a bad move or not. Oh, he's worth the money, isn't he? He is worth the money. Wait, the guy I was looking to sign, has he still not agreed? Oh my god, he's still not agreed. I've literally had it on my thing before, and he's still not agreed to go. That's annoying. Our career's signed for Frankfurt, to be fair. Probably makes sense that we didn't get him. Oh well. But for Correa is on his way to Nuremberg on loan, so I feel like that's a good move for him. And we didn't get that goalkeeper anyway. Okay, so the left back I was looking at has officially agreed to sign for us. The release clause of 4.7 million is not great, but for a 24-year-old, this could be a good idea. This may come back to bite me, I don't know. But either way, this guy's got a lot of things I'm excited about, so let's convince him to sign and confirm his signing. And officially now we've got him to sign, and he says he's our best left back now. There's no doubt about it at this point in time, so that's good. Zimura no longer wanted. He was officially wanted at one point, now not wanted. Alright. Alright, so he wants a new contract. I can't officially afford to do that right now. I don't think the contract he's going to want is going to be justifiable, so let's talk to contract negotiations. Regular. Okay. No, I can't. I can't. Wait, you're not happy about it being okay? But it's gone positive. I'm very confused. I pretty much told him that the club can't afford to give him the contract, and now he's not unhappy. I'm confused. I don't know how that's just happened, but I don't want to pay double the wages though. Right. Okay. That's annoying. That's really annoying. The guy I wanted to sign has gone to Stuttgart. Well then, that's frustrating. It's a good thing I got a replacement in mind though, isn't it? Good lord. Oh yeah, so I've actually ended up talking to Andres Müller of Darmstadt because I was fearing that I wouldn't be able to get my other guy. This guy is now officially on my list. I've already got a £1.8 million fee agreed with him. He's going to ask for about, I think, 15,000, which is 14.75 thousand, which is actually almost half the fee I was going to pay wage-wise to the other guy. And it actually makes him younger. Resolute personality is young and generally makes him a better deal as far as I'm concerned. It just makes sense. So Muller's finally signed, and given he considers himself a squad player for the agreement and will go up to regular starter, it means we don't have to start him straight off the bat, but I think he will be starting anyway. 1.8 million is quite good for the deal. Muller is considered a good vice Bundesliga player, but I will be using him in the main team for the season going forward, and I feel like he is someone we need. And given we sold our main player for 6.25 million, this feels like a no-brainer. I found a player that I'm going to try and sign as well from Darmstadt, £1.6 million of Matthias Bader. I might not be able to get this signing straight off the bat, which means I may have to sell to buy still, but going forward, I feel like this makes sense in my mind to at least attempt this anyway. If we can't get him, we'll just have to use the players that come in the squad already. But he is considered better than anyone that we have right now, including Simon Asta. So Asta is already considered a squad player anyway. Asta I could just use longer term anyway and start and then go from here. So it's not like I'm in a bad position either way. I do need more strength and depth in the left back position regardless, so it makes sense. And Jonas David can play there, but I also feel like I need to send him out on loan again. It feels like we need to just improve our squad generally at this point. But either way, we have a few options either way to go through this situation. I'm actually going to send Jonas out on loan regardless, because I think he needs the loan spell again. Oh my god, I can get some deals. Hold on. I'd like to get some regional deals, please. Thank you. All right, so... Oh my god, how much does he want? Oh, that's a problem. That is a problem. If nothing else, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually agreeing with the important player thing. Oh, I'm going to have to lower that. I'm going to need to lower that to about 25 million. Please. Thank you. Settlement fee. I don't want to do that either. Asian fee? But Cologne's the interesting one. Same interest as a load of other clubs, to be fair. Let's do this. Oh, he's agreed to that. I thought it'd take more. What the hell's going on? Oh, Martes is going to go out on loan to the Netherlands. I don't know if he's going to get good enough, to be honest with you, but I might give him a new contract if he gets good enough for me, you know? I tell you what, I was not expecting Hamburg to be fourth in this list. Okay, that's interesting. Wait, loan offers? I thought these were more permanent. Tell you what, I'm super tempted by this. This is a very good deal for me. This is not so good. This is the one that I want. I'm going to accept this, and I'm not going to accept the other two, I think. They are not giving me options to match. So I'm going to say, also, the wages they're trying to pay are nowhere near as much. It's the one here that's super interesting. I know it's a loan. That's only a squad player, but if they want him and he gets the deal, that's great. And also gets the wages of our books as well for now, which for me is always going to be interesting as far as I'm concerned. So let's go with that. And we're going to send Ansi Sahonin out on loan again. His weight off the books as well. It's great. This guy's got a release of 120,000. That was the impression I just got from this. 120. That feels like a no-brainer. I don't know what the deal is with this, but for 120,000, that feels like you have to go for that deal. I have to ask the question, what's going on with this? I think I will send him back on loan as well, though. Fringe player. I'm not going to promise anything at all, because that would just feel like it's unfair on the guy in question, you know? Yeah, this feels like a no-brainer. 120,000. I will, if they want him back on loan, I will send him back on loan, because it feels like a decision that will benefit him longer term. And they're playing in the second tier of Ukrainian football as well, so I generally am a bit surprised that it's available. Wait, they're the best team? Oh my god, he's their best. It's the best striker in the league. Have I just accidentally poached the best striker in the league? Yeah, you can get him back on loan. Yeah, you can take him. Jesus, I don't know why you want him, but I'm literally willing to let you have the guy. Okay, both are actually considered around the same sort of value, generally. One's just not happy. The other's actually asking, got relegation release clause. The fact that they're both asking for something, I'm going to do this offer and see what happens. One sec. There. One's German, one's Dutch. They're literally 1 year apart. Okay, he only wants 14,000 as well. Hold on. 1.9 million release clause. Regular? He's actually willing to do that. Okay. I'd like to get rid of this if possible. Yeah, I can keep anything else the same. Okay, 18,000 versus 20-odd thousand. Okay, so this cinematic's going to Darmstadt. I don't know why they want him, but I'm taking the money. Pavlovic went to Hoffenheim, and hello. Well, I've just noticed something's happened. Not this deal. It's good to have this deal's available either way, but it's the fact that we've actually got this opportunity to get better. What I'm going to do is delay the contract, which may sound like a strange thing to say, that I'm going to delay the contract, but I want to see if my other signing goes through or not, because both are available. If I want to have the choice of the two players, right? I think having the opportunity to say who's the better opportunity or who's the better player in this situation. Actually, looking at this, I think my decision might have already been made. Bada might be the better option. I've got to pay a bit more, but yeah, I think I've made my decision already, haven't I? Yeah, we're gonna make this decision. We're gonna adjust the budget and then bring him in and cancel the other deal. So yeah, Bada's here. And it means that we've got someone really, really talented that I'm happy with. And it just makes sense, you know, to bring the guy in. 27-year-old right back. He would be our best right back as well. Likes people matches, is consistent. Yes, he doesn't have any experience internationally. But then again, at this point in time, which German player does for me? Also, he's German. It just makes sense to bring the guy in. So he's a better signing than Asta. And it actually means that Asta doesn't have to feeling the pressure because he is meant to be signed as a squad player anyway. So this is perfect for me to look at that and go, yeah, we got an opportunity here. Also, Unai Emery has just signed for RB Leipzig, the Champions League holders, no less, after he left Villa. What happened to Leipzig's manager, who literally won the Champions League? Marco Rose left after winning the DFB Pokal and the Champions League to go to Liverpool. Well, fair play. Fair play to Marco Rose. That being said, I don't really have any other options right now. I've literally spent 3.4 million on Darmstadt players. I had a feeling I was going to do it as well. It's the worst part. As is my most expensive signings. I've actually paid £400,000 less for the first choice right back than I did the backup left back. Whereas I got 6.25 million for the defensive midfielder and replacing with 1.8 million. I've made good moves here, I think. Even if I'm paid like 2 million more than I would have done otherwise. I feel like I've done a good choice so far. Okay, I've got transfer debt of 903,000. So it's actually not that bad. I should probably stop doing that really so much, like relying on that sort of thing. I know that this first payment at the top will be paid off this season coming up. And then the next two raises will be paid off in the next 4 years. So I think, ideally, I don't think we'll be able to say we've seen our debts paid off before this anyway, but it'd be interesting if it does get paid off before we win the Champions League or after the Champions League win anyway. That's the play anyway. I've also just realized I'm paying 13 grand over the wage budget, but people are being sold or loaned out, so we might be winning either way. I've also just realized that the striker that I bought that I'm about to buy might not be able to be signed yet. I gotta wait for them now. Okay. Jean-Luc Diembe is on his way out to Bromby on loan, and we could potentially get a fee of £4.8 million for him later down the line. I've had issues with him because of his attitude towards training before, and now I get rid of him, so it makes sense. Good loan move here to get Bromby to pay for his wages effectively. Huzzah. Also, the loan fee of £775,000 overall, that's really good business. Okay, so the kid that we are looking to sign from Ukraine has officially signed for us. He's turned down a load of clubs, including clubs from Ukraine, and he's going back on loan anyway, so it makes sense for me to do this. 120,000, his release clause? Why not? Admittedly, I look at this now, maybe not my best signing, but he is considered to be a vice to Bundesliga potential level signing, so it's not the end of the world. It's just one of those things. He's a third tier player, so it could be worse. And we send our right back on loan to Sparta Rotterdam as a regular starter too. So this hopefully should give him some first team football that can improve him over time. All right, got rid of the goalkeeper. Didn't need him, so he's gone. Okay, so This feels like the squad I'll be trying to build up over time in this season, and we have the team that I think can do some damage in the Bundesliga. There's a few players that are new, a few players that are still from the old squad. Shohonu, Wies, Benes, Jatta, and Glatzel, all players that have been here before. Some players on the bench have been, well, some players that started last season have been demoted to the bench. Rab might be a player I actually started the bench, I don't know yet. Veskovic is also a player that I think will come back this year when his suspension ends, so that's something I'm looking forward to. They got Milhim also on the bench. You've got Parai, Konadorfer. Hayes actually now going to be starting as a DM instead of a right back this year, and Rabbit's also starting on the bench. But I'm also going to take a bit of a risk with this kid. Now, this might be a stupid thing to even consider, but I'm actually considering having Henry Rybel as the substitute striker, which, yes, I know, stupid thing I'm considering, but Andres Nemeth doesn't seem like the best striker to have as a backup. He's only considered a third tier striker. So if there's one area I need to improve, it would be my striking depth. But if I'm honest with you, this feels like a good team. Jato is currently injured, so he won't be starting in the next game. Parai is also out for another 2 days, which is fine. This team feels like it's got a lot of strength and depth. I've also included the second team and the under-19s, by the way. This is why you've seen some of the players turning up when they wouldn't have done before. But I feel like this team has some good strength and depth. And if I look at the season preview, we're still predicted to be in 17th. But again, next year we should be getting a lot of money through the prizes that we should get, like even prize money. Even finishing at the bottom 3 will ensure we get at least 30 million. So 26 to 30 million for finishing the bottom 3. That's good money for a team like us who haven't really got a lot of money. I say that that's a bit of a lie. We do have good money. We got 7 million, but we've got 1.1 million in the bank. So we could, if we needed to, spend more money on a striker. There was actually a striker that I could, and perhaps been linked with all summer. But I don't know if I want to actually make the jump, you know? We have, after all, already spent £8.5 million on players. Even if one of them is just for a backup. Even if one of them is just on a loan deal. We've got 2 free transfers. We've got a kid that we sent back on loan. So he is a striker we've signed, and I really hope he develops, even if he probably won't develop at the level I think he will. But again, it's one of those things where I'm going to take a risk, getting to £6.25 million. Heidenheim's record signing, by the way, in terms of value. That's incredible to me. And we made a £3.1 million on Zemura. And I've never played this guy before, so this is a new thing for me. But he's also got caps for Zimbabwe, so I got a Zimbabwean international, which is interesting. But we've got some players we sent out on loan as well. Jean-Luc Diambe, I think we can get potentially another 4 million more in the future. The fact we got, I think, 2 million from his loan move already says a lot, but I don't know what to expect from this. Either way, I feel like we can definitely do some more moves in the future, and I may already have a target for midfield. I think you can understand why I'm considering this guy. He was literally next gen listed, and if I don't consider this guy as an option, then what on earth am I doing, eh? No idea if he's going to be signed or not, but £4 million for this kid, who's already got cats for Norway, just feels like an idea we can just go for, you know? That being said, might already have an option up front for striker. Just need to consider if I want to make the move or not. 1.1 million for this guy. 14,000 might actually be worth it, you know? I wonder if I should. Actually, I might try and check that now. I'm also going to ask the agent about the availability. We're looking at options. How low is demands? Yeah. Okay, I'm free able to do that. 1.1 million. That's how much money we have no transfer budget, isn't it? Maybe I'll have that striker sorted out the next time. But either way, what I'm going to do is end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.